for staying with us on Consider This. I'm Melisa, Idris, with me Sharaad, Kuttan and Ibrahim, Sani. Now, we're taking a look at Budget 2020, what was announced earlier today. Joining us on the line now, we have Ahmed Faris Amir, or more affectionately known as Med. Now, he's CEO of Impacts Malaysia, which is an agency under the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Med, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Now, your initial thoughts of Budget 2020, do you consider this a youth-friendly budget?
Yes, definitely. I think it's generally progressive, and I'm very optimistic about it, though. Yeah.
So, give us some details of what is it that excited you about the budget. What do you think the government will actually be able to deliver on in terms of its initiatives, things that perhaps touch the people that you work with?
Right, yeah. I guess then, if I could, I would just like to divide it into three parts, specifically in the work of Impact Malaysia. So namely, number one, social innovation. Number two, social impact, and lastly, on advocacy. I'll make reference to the budget allocation in each context, and I'll divide it into parts further. Number one, my general opinion about it, and number two, what I suggest, in order to improve its implementation. Let's look at social innovation. Generally, it's good. Like, firstly, green economy, incentives for solar leasing, of which companies implementing it receiving income tax exemption of 70% for up to 10 years. Tax exemption for green initiatives being sent to 2023. And number two, bigger budget for infrastructure development in rural areas equals less inequality. For example, the building of roads, electricity and water, lessen inequality between rural and urban areas, about 10.9 billion. These are all great because our progress here is very much in line with the Sustainable Development Goals, especially Goal 7 to ensure access to affordable and clean energy. However, though, I would suggest, moving forward in this context of social innovation, that we stop relying on primary commodities and start seriously adopting on clean energy, which is systemic change that needs to start right now. And number two, infrastructural projects, including electricity and water, must involve social innovation for it to be cost-effective and clean. For example, in the context of electricity, probably utilizing cheaper solar tech by working with social enterprise and renewable energy providers to further innovate a cost-effective solution. That's number one.
Right, but sorry to interrupt you, Med, but let's get some granularity on this, right? I want to ask you about the specifics of addressing, say, graduate unemployment. So there's this initiative. Do you think it's going to work, incentivizing the employment of graduates that don't have jobs after 12 months and giving them also a bit of a boost in terms of their wage packet? Do you see that as the way to solve the problem?
Okay, so generally in terms of the budget impacting youth, I would say I'm hopeful about it. I mean, I did a simple math on it. 6 billion impacting 350,000. That's a bit of a stretch to some extent. And I was really hoping that I would hear further in terms of how it can be implemented. But if you ask me, it has to be the way. I mean, after all, there is a bit of a mismatch in terms of what employees are looking for and what the youth are being prepared for in their varsity life. So I suppose some form of a push by the government to inject this industry and further incentivize employers to just hire. I mean, after all, to some extent, it's a bit of a stretch in a way. Some of the employers would say that they would love to hire fresh graduates, but expect the fresh graduate to have experience of 1 or 2 years, for example. And some of those things are just not reasonable and attainable. So I think some push to incentivize and further make employers really look into the fresh graduates might be the way to go. Although really, again, I'm curious as to how it can be implemented. 6 billion, 250,000 jobs in a span of 5 years. I would love to hear more.
But actually, that was that was just a fantasy.
And it's not 6 billion; it's 6.5 billion actually.
Yeah, just the minister's fantasy, right?
Yeah. But okay, we have to move to another topic right now. It's rent-to-own scheme. Let's play a little bit of clip from the finance minister.
Mereka yang tidak mampu membayar deposit 10% dan sukar mendapatkan akses pembiayaan pembelian rumah, kerajaan akan mengadakan usaha sama dengan institusi kewangan untuk memperkenalkan skim pembiayaan sewa untuk memiliki atau rent to own (RTO). Melalui skim ini, pembiayaan sebanyak 10 bilion ringgit akan disediakan oleh institusi kewangan dengan sokongan kerajaan melalui penyediaan jaminan sebanyak 30% atau 3 bilion ringgit. Skim Rent to Own adalah untuk pembelian rumah pertama bernilai sehingga RM500,000. Di bawah skim ini, pemohon akan menyedia rumah bagi tempoh sehingga 5 tahun dan selepas tahun diberi pilihan untuk membeli rumah kediaman berkenaan pada harga yang ditetapkan semasa perjanjian penyewaan ditandatangan. Kerajaan juga akan memberi pengecualian duty stamp sepenuhnya ke atas instrumen pindah milik di antara pemaju dan institusi kewangan serta di antara institusi kewangan dan bakal pembeli.
So, Ahmed, kids can't own homes. Now they can rent to own home, meaning that they get in debt more to buy homes. Do you think this is a good idea?
Okay, right. I got to make it clear that I'm no expert in this. I personally, don't own any because I don't believe in, having my own real estate to some extent. And I'm still renting. I'm still moving, getting jobs here and there. The point I'm saying is, and I run the risk of being too critical towards the government right now. I think they are, pampering the developer a bit too much. And really, this is a solution that is only dealing with the symptoms rather than the actual cause, the root cause. The issue isn't so much about either the youth not being able to afford, not being able to get loans, and really renting it first and owning it later. I suppose I've read somewhere that it might actually be even worse from a financial standpoint. But beyond that, really, the solution is not so much on the loans given or on banks, but it has to be towards the developer. The price of houses needs to reduce, and we just can't afford it. It doesn't work in the context of Malaysia today. The amount of money that we receive, as in our salaries now, our salaries, and also the cost of living and the price of housing, I don't think it's a good idea. It's only solving symptoms, not the root cause.
Right. Okay, well, there was another initiative that caught my attention. I was wondering whether this was largely targeted to the youth. Now, this is to do with the 30 ringgit, free 30 ringgit for Malaysians to top up on their e-wallets. Do you think this will largely benefit young people?
Well, okay, so I don't think it's so much on young people. I suppose it will benefit the people providing the service instead. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much comment on that. If you ask me.
Well, all right. Thank you for joining us this evening, Faris. That's all the time we have for this 1 hour special edition of Consider This. Yeah, 1 hour. Usually it's half an hour, but we've got double the time tonight to talk about Budget 2020.
Triple the pleasure.
I'm Melisa Idris with me, Sharaad, Kuttan, and Ibrahim Sani, signing off for the night. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.